Going through a visa application process is not an easy and stress-free endeavor. Filling out immigration forms is the easiest part of the application process. The hard part is ensuring you can prove that you qualify for what you're applying for and there's nothing that disqualifies you. Now, we've talked about that process in prior videos, so for today, let's talk about filling out the forms. Although it is the easiest part, that doesn't mean filling out the forms is easy. You'll be confronted with intimidating technical terms and tons of paperwork and documents. Sometimes you won't know where to begin or how to begin, and that's why we're here to guide you. We're going to give you some pointers when filling out your immigration forms. Now, being organized is really important in any visa application. It's vital since there are going to be many forms and supporting documents to complete and obtain. In addition, it's critical that you read and follow the instructions written on the forms and be diligent in accomplishing them. To guide you filling out these forms, here's some tips just for you. Tip number 1, don't lie. Don't give false answers. You may be tempted to lie or conceal important facts about your situation. If you're caught, you can face inadmissibility to the United States for life, and your visa application will most likely be denied. If you intend to do this, I strongly urge you not to. Instead, contact an immigration lawyer like me to assist you and evaluate your case. An experienced attorney can figure out what information can be included and what doesn't have to be included, or how to fix any disqualifying issues so that you get your visa. Tip number 2, be consistent in your responses. Look, you're gonna have to fill out likely more than one form. And some of these forms ask for the same stupid information over and over again. I gotta tell you, I'm sure it's frustrating for you. It's frustrating for me every single time I review it. How many times are they gonna ask you the name of your parents and where you've lived for the past 5 years? And how many times each entry and exit? If you're confused and you feel overwhelmed by the number of forms that you need to accomplish, you're probably gonna have inconsistent answers. It could be an issue because the person reviewing your application can be suspicious, which could lead to disapproval. As much as possible, double check your responses to make sure they are consistent in every single application. And by the way, I also mean prior applications you might have filled out. If they ask you the same question today that you answered 5 years ago in a different way, you're gonna need to be able to explain why you answered that differently. Again, if you're not sure how to proceed, ask for help. Tip number 3, fill out the forms correctly and completely. The decision of the USCIS officer will be dependent on your answers on the forms and the supporting documents. If you're not careful in answering the forms, you could be denied. So here's some of the important information that you should answer correctly. Obviously, everything should be correct, but these in particular. Your complete name. Now, what I mean by that is your entire name must be the same as it appears on your birth certificate or passport. If you changed your name for any reason, like marriage or divorce, you have to document the official change, like a judge's decision. Your complete address. It's important to include your complete and current address for mailing purposes. USCIS mails all documents to the applicant or petitioners, such as notices, petitions of approval, incomplete submission, rejected notices, interview notices, requests for evidence. You get the idea. Moreover, certain USCIS applications require not just your correct mailing address, but also your actual address. If this is the case, write down the exact address or location of your home. If another person will be receiving the document at the written address, indicate their name with C\O, meaning in care of. Also, make sure you've answered all the fields in the forms. As we mentioned earlier, always double check. Tip number 4, you can fill out the form online and print it. Most of the forms from USCIS are accessible on their website. In contrast to conventional method of filling out paperwork, USCIS developed the forms to be completed electronically, meaning on your computer. This is advantageous because unlike when manually writing a response in the forms, you don't need to obtain a new form if you make a mistake. You can just simply erase and type in the correct answer and hit print. To find an application online, visit the USCIS website, linked in the description below. It's free. You will never have to pay for an application form itself. If you opted to handwrite your answers manually, meaning handwrite, not type, use black ink. Please make sure that your entries are legible and that they fit inside the available space. Take note, highlighters, Correction fluid or tape is not permitted. Scanners may not read the information that has been grayed out, highlighted, or fixed using correction fluid or tape. In addition, make sure you're using the latest version of the form. On the bottom, usually left-hand side, will tell you the name of the form and the date until it's good for. Here's some bonus tips just for you. When consolidating your forms and supporting documents, it's better to use binding clips instead of staples. That way your form is easier to disassemble and review. Also, using sticky tabs for each type of document in your submission can help the officer better assess the completeness of your submission. And it's going to help you keep track if you're missing anything in your application. And folks, that wraps up our tips of the week for you when you're filling out immigration forms. Please remember that if you're unsure of your answers or your situation, don't hesitate to seek help, especially from an immigration attorney. In nearly 20 years as an attorney, there isn't much I haven't seen at least once. If you need help, reach out. If you find this video informative, like and share with your friends who are also applying or are thinking about getting a green card. And if you have any ideas for future videos or would like me to talk about a particular immigration-related topic, go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, stay healthy and be safe.
Hey, did you like the video? I invite you to watch another video where I share more tips on how to protect your reputation as an immigrant. Until next time.